There we go. I can't do what I just did the way I did it, so y'all gonna see me eat my poutine.
Oh, nice.
Oh man! All right, so we're here. LG's gonna be doing most of the talking for the first few minutes. That's my dude right there. You know what I mean? We are talking to the wonderful Stacey James. That's a friend right there. We got DUI somewhere right there. Right there. It's so hard to figure this out because it's reversed. But yeah, so how are you and what is new?
I'm doing good.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I guess the only thing that's new around here is the fact that we're all defrosting. I'm in Winnipeg, Manitoba, so we get up to like minus 500. So we're coming to life. That's probably the newest development in my life.
Okay.
It's all good. Yes.
I feel
All right.
alive.
Minus 500, she says. That's great. That's great.
Almost.
Oh,
Yeah, it feels like.
okay. Okay. I'm just here, like you see me looking down and try to hide off camera and junk. The focal range of this camera is ridiculous. I can't even duck and eat. But see, this started as a bit of a
All good.
potluck podcast. We're trying to keep true to that.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
What styles of music do you special like? Do you seem to gravitate towards when you're recording or writing?
When I'm recording or writing,
Well,
'Cause
sometimes you're like,
I find, I guess,
that you're right. I don't know if that applies to you. So I kind of understood the question, like what type of energy you're in.
I think I'm in a bunch of different energies because my roots start with records. I mean, I grew up on Motown, so I have a soul vibe that kind of runs through everything consistently. But I think it depends on my mood. I mean, sometimes it'll be more bluesy, sometimes it'll be more rock, sometimes it's leaning towards pop, sometimes it's theatrical. I've written opera, so
Oh.
it really depends. Yeah, it depends on where I'm at. I'm definitely multi-genre, I would say, but I don't really listen to my music. I don't know, unless I'm doing like the car check for the production to see how it sounds. I don't listen to myself.
Okay.
One of the songs you sent us.
Z-
Was My Vibe.
What songs did I send?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was My Vibe I was listening to.
Yeah, that was a solo track that I did. That's kind of I don't know, I think it's got a little bit of a pop soul-y, hip hoppy something. And then the other song was I Can See, and that's my band. So we're kind of like a pop rock and soul.
Interesting combo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always like listening to new artists and whatnot. That's I was curious of what because the two tracks you sent were so different in contrast, really. Music
Different.
Just curious of what kind of headset you're in when you're recording and whatnot. That's why I asked what I did.
Yeah, like I think we keep the same main vein with my band. It's all like that rockish, soul-y pop twist. But this solo EP, because I write so many different genres, that's why I started with different EPs with different colors. So this one's called Pink. So all of the songs on there are very poppy, dance-ish, with a little twist of my soul because I mean it's kind of in my voice. I carry it into whatever I do. But then I have one coming up called Blue and it's mostly blues, so it's like can get it all out. Yeah.
That's a good theme. I like the concept of what you're doing with the whole matching the color to the feeling kind of thing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the most original concepts I've heard for any album, and I'd like to say I talked to a lot of artists. So
Thanks.
That's really that just bent my mind. Just like, wow,
Yeah.
like that's awesome.
Yeah. No. Well, I found that like when I started singing and stuff, I was about 14 when I started on stage. And I
Okay.
mean, I'm only 21 now. Lying. But people always said to me, they're like, what genre are you in? And they'd try and put me in a category. And I'm like, oh, I'm everywhere. I mean, I started in the hip hop scene in the city, singing hooks and rapping along, So I'm very much so all over the place. So I was like, how do I be everything and myself at the same time, or do all these different genres and be myself at the same time, I guess I should say. So I was like, I'm a color coded. Yeah. So,
Hmm, that's a very interesting concept.
yeah. Well, thank you.
That's why I asked, because I heard the two different songs and they were so drastically different. I figured I'd like where do you come from with it? Like, how's your writing process? Like, you accidentally played something you were working on for the last half an hour vocally there, which again is kind
Yeah.
of the two songs you sent.
Hmm.
It was kind of a what? Sorry.
In between the two songs that you sent, it was kind of like it wasn't quite bluesy, but it wasn't quite towards the poppy side. It was kind of in the middle by the sounds of it.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is that little clip that I played, that started more, I don't know, I was playing it classically and I was breaking up the chords. So it was like, and I was singing long notes. And then I was like, I started plunking them and just doing shots. And I'm like, man. And so it made me feel a little extra funky. So then I sang it differently. And that's the clip you heard, was the actual transformation of it.
Okay.
Yep, Block, you missed it. Haha.
I was listening. I didn't catch the whole thing, but I caught a piece of it. Sorry, mom.
Yeah,
Mom
that was
said
only
no.
supposed to be for me.
Oh, I hope it comes out. I would like to hear what it sounds like when it's done.
Oh, someday maybe. I'll add it to my tickle trunk, and hopefully I'll end up getting it out there. But
Yeah, I just did a final count. I'm at 91 songs sitting on my computer that need to be finished.
wow, that's I'm like pre-production and like produced, like pieces that are in the process of production. I've got to say that I'm probably sitting close to 50. But if I go into like my written things, I have things filed, like written half rights. That's where I just have like a verse and a hook, or I just have like a bridge section written. I've got hundreds that I've just never gotten to. But I go to them and I build on them if I have an idea sometimes, or for other people. So I'll take a
Everything just cut right out.
Volume cut out.
Can't hear her either. Oh,
She can hear us, but we can't hear her.
We lost signal with you.
Did you get a call? And you didn't touch your mic?
No.
You didn't mute the mic at the bottom?
Nope. Mine's fine the way it's supposed to be.
We were both just sitting
Restream, come on, bro. Come on, Restream.io. This is International Women's Month. We're trying to get some women, some showcase what these talented individuals are doing, and you interfering with that process, bro. Come on now. Hold on, I'm gonna try and reset this.
And as we're
in a row. I just finished my food. I was ready to start
We
asking
go
some
through
questions
the
and shit.
technical,
Hold on, let me reset this page, see if she jumps back in.
you can see
No. No, I can't hear you. I can read your lips. We've gone through this enough time for me to see what that means. It's so sad how many times we've gone through this scenario.
Maybe I'm her.
Yeah, no, I can't. No.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Oh.
just bounced out. She just reset it. There she is. Hold on, let's see. Yeah.
Are we working now?
Boom.
Loud and
Restream.
clear.
Like, okay. That was smooth. That didn't take a long period of time. I will give Restream some credit for that. But like, come on.
I was
come
I
on.
We did it.
actually
We did it.
sitting
We
over
did
here
it. That's
cooking
what's
up a
up.
question.
Okay. Oh man. So I really like your logo. Your logo
Thank you.
speaks to me in volumes. It just
Treble clap.
treble clef. I know. It was just so creatively used. It like again, it bent my mind. Like I was looking at it, and I'm like, but wait, that's a backwards S. But wait, that's a backwards J. But wait, that's a treble clef. I was like, okay, like so what I take from that is you must be a very complex individual.
I just laugh. I'm like, yeah, that's a nice way. No, yeah, I guess I'm a little bit complex. You know, I have some depth to my soul.
Right?
That's you.
That's good. That's good. We got messages going off here. Tell me you laughed at me too early. Okay. Did you laugh at me too early, fam?
What's that?
Did you laugh at me too early?
No.
Okay,
No, he was able to get off of his call.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
oh man, oh man, oh man. There's always something, and
Always.
that's the thing about live. The only thing that I guess Jay could attest to this. The only thing that is more complicated than these live streams is probably live theater.
I can see that.
Yeah, like every week I go through this house meticulously. This is gonna be here. This is gonna be there. That's gonna do this. This is gonna do that. We talk over the phone. Okay, this is how we're gonna handle this. This is what's gonna happen. This is this. This is that. We get here, something always falls out of place.
Oh, you gotta love it.
Yeah, it's becoming.
Keeps
It's
you on your
like
toes.
yeah, it's becoming a guessing game. So it's like, do you have any dealing with the pandemic and a lot of people haven't performed in a while?
I missed a bit of that. It was cutting out.
Oh, okay. I said, I know we have like, I don't know about how when the last time you performed was, but what is your pre-show ritual?
My pre-show ritual.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? One thing is I try not to practice a whole lot because otherwise I start to overthink and I rub my throat raw. So I don't do a whole lot of practicing. I pound a lot of water. I drink water in the shower. Like I call it a party shower. Like I lubricate for 24 hours like a mofo. So that's probably my pre-show ritual. But
Okay.
I don't know. You know what? One thing I do, I've made a point of doing. I guess probably the past 7 years. I've been performing on stage for about 20 now, but probably over the past 7 or 8 years, is I just send a thank you out and I ask for the ability to perform and to expand and to sing and to touch people, and I kind of go through some spiritual stuff prior to that. Would probably be the closest thing I have to a ritual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's ritual. That's like a ritual. Yeah. Okay. Um.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I gotta. So you said artist, author. The list of your the list of your titles, because I remember you gave me like I asked you what your focus was, and you hit me with like 9 things, and I was just like, golly, you like that's charismatic. So this
Yeah.
ambition, like what is your like what's the driving factor behind your pursuit, I guess?
And I kind of
That's a really good question. My first instinct was ADHD. I don't know, but aside from that, no, I guess, the one thing that stands out to me is I feel like, I'm going to quote this, we're not here for a long time, but we're here for a good time. And I feel like it's very important to try and activate yourself to the best of your ability while you're here. And, a lot of the things that I do are very much so connected to inspiring people or love. And I do have a major love for life. And so I want my footprint to be there because I don't know when I'm not going to be, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
It does.
yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So
Next question.
that's probably what, yeah. Trying to expand.
All right.
Go ahead, OJ.
Block may have asked this, but I'm just gonna be direct because so many of us have had like, many pioneers or people who inspired you. And on your path to your journey and where you are to this day, how many who inspired you to get here? What started you to get here? What
Um,
got you into what you're doing at first? Was it the love?
Musically, it would probably be my mom. She used to sing when I was, well, before I was here, but I grew up, like I mentioned, on her Motown record. She was always singing and dancing around the house, but she was also a poet. And during the Vietnam War, she was in a band and she sang over in Vietnam for the troops. She was hired as a live entertainment. And so she introduced music to me. And as far as my writing, she wrote poetry. So I'd sneak in and read her poems that I wasn't allowed to read. I'd read them anyway.
Nice.
And then I started with poetry, and then my poems began to have musical melodies behind them. And then I begged for a keyboard, and then that's where the music thing came. So it just kept going. Yeah.
That's cool.
So that's the inspiration behind that for
That was
sure.
the foundation. Yeah.
Definitely.
All
Yeah.
right.
Absolutely nice.
Whew.
Good question.
Yeah.
It's got this
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's like the story is just it keeps getting more and more interesting as we hear it because there's so many. It's like there's so many things that you're saying right now that are kind of making me feel good about what I'm doing because like when you just said like your parents are like well your mother supported you you're doing the music thing and helped you with that like my daughter right now is very artsy. She's really into the art and like I try to make sure that we try to make sure she has what she needs to do what she likes and we're starting to see a development in it. So like to fast forward and see that, it might be something that she tells a story about in her time. Yeah, yeah. Enough about me though. Um what is something that
Amazing.
everybody should know about you?
Nice.
Yep, yep.
That exactly. That's the info.
That was the look of
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
That's
that.
Something
the
that
answer I want from that look, though.
Everybody should know about you. Yeah.
Something that everyone should know about me? That's
Yeah.
tough. I mean, I don't know. Nobody's ever asked me that.
Really?
Ever.
Wow. Okay.
No. No. Like,
we actually get that response a lot. Nobody's ever thought to ask me that.
Yeah. I'm
yeah.
surprised. Like, that's one of the first questions I usually ask someone that I don't know because
Yeah.
it's a good starting point. It's like, okay, this is something because I find like I don't want people to know too much about me personally because like in the industry, like when it comes to hip hop, people want to use things against you and then you have to make like videos about how they're foolish for doing that. Check out the diss track commentary on
Yeah.
Expose the North on YouTube. But anyways,
Tell 'em, bro.
so, but no, but like when I ask that question, it's not to expose anybody. It's just to open up the gates so I know what line
Yeah.
of conversation to try to hold, kind of thing. Like for me, like
I
like
get what you're saying. I'm just
yeah,
like, I don't know. I guess the one thing about me that most people connect to me is that I'm silly. I am silly, but I'm also very serious. You know, I have a lot of depth to my being. But I really love life. You know, I guess that would probably be the thing. You know,
okay.
and it doesn't mean that I've had my life handed to me on a silver platter and I've never, you know, lived off of a box of granola bars in a week, because I have. But I genuinely love living. That's probably the one thing that I would want people to know, so that maybe they'd look inside themselves and be like, you know what, man? Like, I've had some crappy days, but I love life too. You know? That's probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like that. I don't think I hear that. I don't hear that often enough. But yeah, that was definitely refreshing. Okay.
Hello,
Jay, you
Juicy
look like you're
Unknown,
thinking about
147.
something.
Yeah, I'm just reading the comments. We have Juicy Unknown saying hello, so saying hello.
Hello?
What's up, Juicy?
What up? What up?
A Twitch follower. Hopefully they hit subscribe for us.
Yeah, man, subscribe to us. We do this every week.
So, is there any place to get your band's music online?
Oh yeah, it's all on Spotify and YouTube and iTunes and Deezer and yeah, it's all in there. We have a bunch of new music that's going to be coming out right away, which is exciting too. Because as you'd notice, that logo with the triangle, that's our rebranding, because I have to find a way to separate the band from Stacey James stuff, because I do here, there, and everywhere, but the band has a really distinct sound of its own. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out over the course of the next couple months, actually. So we've been working pretty hard at some material, which is exciting. But yeah, I'm online. Just to even a Google Stacey James, singer Stacey James Winnipeg, and you'll get a bunch of random stuff about where to find me and my band and stuff.
How is the music scene in Winnipeg besides everything that's going on currently?
How is the music scene? It is, I don't know, like the best way I could describe it is there are so many different genres here. There is so much talent. And I'm not even talking about myself. I'm a fangirl. Like, I go to shows, I buy people's music. I'm genuinely a fangirl because there's just so much material here. I would say that we're pretty close. You know, we all kind of work together, even though we're in different genres. I'd say probably 15 years ago, we did that more so. I'm not sure what changed and shifted. Maybe it's because venues are more designated to different genres, perhaps. I'm not sure. But for the most part, our scene it's pretty explosive for a place like Winnipeg. And I'm not saying that we're tiny, but we're not a huge, massive space. However, you'd think we were with the amount of artistry here. There's a lot of music.
So,
Yeah.
how did you feel when the Jets came back? Was that like a major shift for the town?
I myself, I'm like, I didn't really feel a lot, but I think that it was really good for our city, for sure. I mean, it gave, when they left, it was a very devastating thing for.
Oh, yep, sound's gone. Sorry, your sound cut out again.
I was like,
I don't know if that's on, like, if it's going across the board or
No, that's just.
locally.
yeah, I'm just chilling.
Oh, you mean it could just be us not hearing it and everybody else is hearing it?
Yeah, I'm going to check the streams now.
Okay, we're gonna check the stream right now. Hold on a second. Cuzzo, can you tell me if you can still hear Stacy? If you're still watching. Like, it just cut out on our part, so if you want to hit reload, it worked last time.
Yeah, it's her.
Did.
It's her.
It's
random,
just you?
sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know what browser she's using.
She's gonna hit reload. She's gonna refresh it.
Because if she's using the Mozilla, I think it is, this crap doesn't work very well.
So yeah, LG at the table.
What up?
We got DUI. Okay, thank you. We're gonna get her to reset. You know what I mean? We're just chilling. Y'all checking my stairs and stuff.
There
Welcome
she
to
is.
the.
I don't know what's going on.
She's gonna reset.
She's right there.
Oh, okay. Boom. That worked quick.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah?
What browser
Yeah.
are you using? Are you using your phone or a computer?
No, I'm on my computer. I'm on my Mac. So I don't know if it's angry at my Safari. I don't know.
Yeah.
Safari.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, this is my music computer. So I try not to do a whole lot of internet stuff on here. So sorry guys.
No, it's perfectly fine. Mine isn't even connected to the internet. I have a separate one for that stuff. I don't. Nah.
No, I hear you. That's where
My music one.
the drive comes in. You plug it in, you take it out.
Yes. There you go. I'll disconnect that. Then.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's.
I'm old school like that. Some people are like, it doesn't matter. I'm like, oh yes, it does.
It does though.
It does. Yeah.
We know life before social media and all of this stuff. So I am so glad because, oh
Yep.
my God, like.
I still have an old 4 tape deck.
Yep, I got an LP 8-track player. You got a 4-track?
Ooh.
Did you say?
Yeah, it takes a cassette tape.
Oh shit! El, you want
That's
to hit that light
amazing.
behind you? Started to get a little dark in there. Yep. Boom.
What happens
Boom.
when the streetlights come on?
Yeah, we had to be home by that time.
You're gonna get a shoe in the head.
Gotta be home by that time for sure. Oh man, it's awesome.
So I have a question
Okay.
to do with the local music scene.
Sure.
What other bands in that you like that you work with or know where you play?
What other bands are here that I work with or know in the city?
That you like and you got to check these guys out kind of thing.
Oh man. I can't put names down because if I do and I miss people, I will feel like a poop. Not even gonna step into that fire, buddy, and I'm not doing it.
Okay, so next time you need to make a list for us.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Daniela.
Deal. That is a
Okay.
deal. Yeah.
Because we like to give shout outs to all the local bands. It's like we get artists from everywhere. Like we had one
Yeah.
from Arizona that gave us some shout outs to some people. On the 20th, we have a guy from Mumbai that's going to be on with us.
Are
Oh,
we gonna
that's
play the
cool.
commercial for that?
We probably should.
Watch your ears.
Watch your ears. Watch your ears.
Listen to how loud this is. I lost it.
All right, we're back. I don't know what happened with the end of that commercial. Well, let me check. Captions. Oh, Yeah, why don't you type your promotional page in the chat room and then I will show it to her. I got a cousin who does promo in Alberta.
Oh, is that
Oh,
how-
that's fun.
Yes.
I was
That's
born
what
in
it-
Alberta.
And
Oh.
for that request.
Awesome. And one thing I could definitely say is she's persistent in her nature.
Oh, atta lady.
Yes.
Good girl.
Yep. She's, oh man, she's been doing it for a while, promoting a few different people. Oh, you finally check your messages. Here you go. You want to put this in the kitchen for me, please? Thank you. I appreciate it. All right.
Are you talking to the daughter?
That's my little lady right there. Yeah.
How
Oh,
old is she? Is she a teenager? I know what that's like.
Almost. She's 11. She just turned 11 a couple weeks ago.
I've raised that.
Oh, nice.
Are you gonna go share with your mother? Okay. Don't walk
4?
around.
What is 4 for?
I raised.
That's how
4
many
girls.
of them he's raised.
Oh, 4 boys?
Nope.
Girls.
Girls. Oh, wow.
That's why I'm
Oh.
white.
I was gonna say, like, either that
Yeah.
or you're lucky you still have hair. I'm raising sons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can't
Yeah,
complain
you
about
just need
mine.
bail
She
money
couldn't
for
be
that.
any better.
I'm definitely lucky, but I don't think they expected to have a mama like this. I'll tell you that. You're so weird, Mom. You're so weird. I'm like, oh, you just wait. I can't wait till you bring a girl home one day.
I'm telling you, oh man, they think it's a joke thing, yo. They think it's a joke thing. Oh, I laugh. I let her.
It's real.
You gotta let them go as far as they can without, you know what I mean, without restrictions.
Mhm.
But you have to keep a watchful eye to know when to, you know what I mean, to redirect the course.
Definitely. Yeah.
That's what I find. Because the more I try to say don't do this, is the more she'll go behind my back and try to do it. So it's just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do. Just remember, there's gonna be a consequence for every action. So make sure you know what you're trying to do. Because if you do the wrong thing,
That's true.
consequences. So
Yeah. Story of our lives, right? There's always a consequence.
All right.
For sure.
Man.
Aw, that's amazing.
Yeah. Life. Oh my goodness. It's just so different now. It's so different. Like technology, the pandemic, society structure,
Yeah.
economy.
I know. We're pretty lucky the times that we had, but at the same time, the way that technology is, it's allowed us to do things that we never thought that we could do, like this.
Yep.
Right? So it's like we got to find our gratitude where we can. You know, I hear that, and good for you. I just noticed, I'm like, Danielle said there, she's like, I got a 1-year-old boy and he's a handful. And I'm thinking, oh, I remember toddler days. That's probably what, you know.
Yeah. It's a challenging time because they want to eat everything, but that's the time where you got to hover. Oh, do you ever go out? I go out all the time in between podcasts.
Just not today.
Actually, I was out this morning. Had to do a run around town to grab a few items and stuff like that. I realized I didn't have any entertainment. I had some entertainment supplies I had to get, and I was just like, all right, might as well. I haven't dabbled into them yet, but
I have to go out sometimes, or I feel like a caged animal.
Don't you?
Oh, I start to spin in my spot, and I'm like, it's so unhealthy. Yeah.
At least once a day.
Yeah. Even just for a little walk down the block.
Yep. It makes it a little bit easier to deal with whatever life's throwing at you, just to get out and get some fresh air and kind of just, you know.
Definitely, for sure.
Don't do that. LG will fall asleep.
Hey! I did
that
not
stuff's
get
contagious.
I did not take a nap. No disrespect to anybody who did, but
Why would you do that?
I've been awake since like 6, 7 o'clock this morning.
Why would you
Don't
do
even
that?
play with me. It might even have been earlier than that.
You
Yeah,
would, bro.
I'm an early riser.
I know it's coming.
Me too. And I'm a night owl, so
Oh,
like it's bad. It's a bad combo.
yeah, yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot of artists don't sleep much.
No, there's just too much happening in here.
The dome zone.
Way too much.
Definite.
So are you going to be putting out solo stuff first, or is it going to be a band thing coming out soon?
I just released a solo thing in April. My goodness. At January 2nd. That was my pink EP. And then I did a double album with the AJR project, and that was released in August. So that was musicians from all around the world, which was pretty amazing and new to try. But coming up is the band. So it's a Stacey James band. Our single is called You Love Me, and that's going to be coming out. It was going to be March, but I'm pushing it back to April. And that's probably why April came to my head, because I want to have opportunity to do some promo. Edmonton, that's where I was born. Yeah. I love Edmonton.
Right.
But yeah, so that's what's coming next is the band stuff.
Okay. Band stuff's
Yeah.
coming up next. All right. I'm not gonna ask you what your favorite instrument is because that might put someone on the spot. But what's your favorite part about performing live?
Oh, I would say probably there's so many parts of it that I just love, but I would say the biggest thing that I love is when you perform live, it's like a disconnect from yourself. That's like the best way that I can describe it. It feels like an out of body experience for me. So I'm not in a place in my mind. Like I'm not thinking. Like I'm just doing, and I get to just like flow. That feeling is like the highest frequency that you can achieve. So when you're done, the adrenaline is running through you for like 24 hours. That's probably my favorite thing about performing, is that feeling. And I've only been able to find it performing. I mean, yeah, I get good vibes when I'm writing and playing instruments at home and singing, but that kind of flow that you can go into,
Yeah.
that's the only place that I have been able to find it.
Okay.
On stage.
What instruments do you play?
My main instrument is the keyboard or the piano. I kind of go between the two. But I dabble with a bunch of different instruments as like songwriting tools. So acoustic guitar, bass guitar, saxophone, trumpet. Yeah, I've like kind of done some stuff with the fiddle, but I'm horrible at it, so I don't even put it in my list. But yeah, so I kind of just, they're all tools to me. That's where the band comes in, because I'll go to Mark, my guitarist, and I'll be like, like I wrote this on the guitar, and then he takes it and he turns it into magic because it didn't sound like magic for me. But yeah, my main instrument's keyboard.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Jay, did you put your finger up because you had something to say?
Yeah, because as soon as she said trumpet, your head went.
Yeah, yo, yeah, that's my jam right there. She said two of my favorite instruments right there, the saxophone and the trumpet. I was just like, wait a minute now, come on, you can't be playing with me like that. So, no, I started. I believe in manifestation. I'm a spiritual individual, and like I had the first instrument that really sparked my interest in music was the trumpet. So I played it for my elementary school. I changed to saxophone, went to drums, but I'd always like, it was like my lost love kind of thing. I always had it in my heart that I wanted to get a trumpet again. So I told myself I was gonna get one. I saw a plastic one. I'm like, okay, this is good. I'll just get the plastic one. I'll be good with the plastic trumpet. It's a plastic trumpet. Like, who has a plastic trumpet? I got a plastic trumpet. Yeah. But it just didn't
Not
have
the same.
it's not the same resonance. It's not the same vibration.
No.
You don't get the same warmth. So I had that for a couple of years, and I'm just like, you know what? Forget it. I'm getting a trumpet, and I haven't looked back. I wanna do more with it, but like it's nice
me
to
too.
see. It's just so. It's not the easiest to play, but it's so rewarding.
It is. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's loud. I mean, yeah, okay, you can play soft, but I mean, it's like it's an attitude, if that makes
Yes.
sense. Like it has an attitude.
Yes.
And yeah, no. I was started on the French horn. I was forced onto the French horn when I was young, and all I wanted to do was play the trumpet. And then finally I was allowed to play it, and then it felt more obnoxious to me than the French horn because in the
French horn is
background
so
versus
dainty. Yeah, the French horn is so dainty and so like I know French horn players, and there's no disrespect to them. It takes skill to play the French horn, and to go
It
from
does,
French horn
yeah.
to trumpet, it probably made your embouchure work a little bit more effectively too. But like
Yeah.
you had to play so staunch and like you know what I mean? I couldn't do it. I tried
I know.
tried holding every instrument before I picked the trumpet, and like the trumpet just commands like so
I
much
get it.
of the player. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. See, you got me
I'm
started
with
on
you
talking about
there.
the trumpet.
Now I should bring.
I love it. I actually just messaged my band the other day. I'm like, I need to get my chops up, because I mean, I want to take it to the stage, because for me to go to the keyboard, to my horn, to like, to switch around, people would be like, what are you doing?
Yep.
Being me, because this is what I do in the privacy of my own, right? So
Yep.
yeah, I need to get my chops up so I can rock her live, scare some people.
Proficient in 29 wind instruments.
Holy smokes.
By the time she was in grade 9, she already had 15 down.
That's amazing.
I don't know where she got that skill from. All I could play wind instrument wise was a trombone.
Trombone.
Yeah. No, tuba.
Trombone.
I like tubas too.
I can make it sound like a trumpet.
Interesting.
That is intense. So that means your embouchure is on point. If you can get it up that high.
A lot of wind.
Yeah.
Tubas are ridiculous.
Definitely. No,
But
my oldest son is playing the saxophone, and I am in my glory. And I tell him, I'm like, Lyric, you got to keep up with that. Don't you stop that. I'm like, you got to keep on. And he's like, I know. He's like, but everyone can hear me. I'm like, yes. Make it sing. Get it to talk to you. It's just, he doesn't even squeak. I'm like, do you realize your embouchure is so good? You're not even squeaking. And then there's me, I'm like, come on,
Oh, it is a hard instrument.
It is, yeah.
No joke.
Those reeds are,
man.
They're
It's
tricky.
true. They are. They are.
And a fiddle.
Violin.
The violin?
The violin is just on another level of class.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
I want to learn how to play it.
Yeah, just. Oof.
That would be
I'm a
so
string
rewarding.
instrument guy. I like string instruments. Took me about 20 minutes to figure out a mandolin. 2 months to do the bass. I'm like a natural at it for some reason somehow, and I don't know why.
Henceforth, the daughter doing all that stuff at 9. Yeah.
All through high school, she helped her music teachers. She was like a teacher's assistant for band.
That's so cool.
Then she went on to the Toronto School of Film Arts. Graduated there. I don't know where my kids got the geniuses from. How old is your son? Or does you just have the one boy, or?
Oh no, I got 2 boys, 10 and 13.
Ooh, I remember those ages.
Oh yeah, it's a party over here. I was actually just saying to someone, I'm like, you know what though, I can handle this. Because technically, I had about 8 years solid of changing diapers and wiping butts. So now, this is a walk in the park. Between back-to-back babies and toddlers?
Oh,
Mm-mm.
more
I'll
power
give them
to
8
you.
years of butt wiping one day.
Oh man.
See, my oldest is 28. My youngest is 18.
Okay. Yeah, that's a big stretch.
28, 25, 21, 18.
Wow. I can't imagine those years, but they're coming up quick. They're going to be here in a minute.
Yeah, they catch up real quick.
I know. I know.
1+
I had-
they're all out of my house before I'm 50.
Yeah. Well, somebody said to me, they're like, "Are you going to have more children?" I'm like, "No. If I want something and my womb is tingling, I'll just get a puppy, because at this rate, I'm still going to be relatively young by the time they're grown." And I'm like, I'm good. Puppies and hamsters. That's good.
Hamsters you might have to change every couple of years, but the puppy you'll get a few. Your puppy
It's
you'll get a good
true.
stretch out of.
Right? Yeah.
Oh man.
And you can leave them at home alone when they're young.
Yeah, straight up. Cats are the best for that. Cats are the
They're
best.
very
Cats
independent.
are
Yeah.
assholes.
Yeah.
I'm allergic.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
They are.
Dogs.
It has to be a small one for me. Like I'm perfectly fine with like a min pin, or like I saw this dog a friend of mine has. It's like a shaggy dog, not shaggy, but it's got a lot of fur, but it's like a small dog. Yeah, I'll get one of those. Don't give me no Dobermans. I don't want no Rottweilers.
Yeah.
Forget a German Shepherd. Nah. I want something I could throw at a motherfucker if the need be.
Take that.
Exactly. Bless you. Well, yeah. So, oh man. Oh,
What the hell's going on?
there's a lot going on. There's a lot we have going on. Like
Yeah, I got dropped off the internet.
just now. Okay. All right. Well, that's busted. El, you still on the cam?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So you got any questions you want
Can
to
you
ask?
hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, just checking.
All right. Okay. I'm just looking through some things right here. I don't even have my list of questions or my pouch of funny sayings or
Pouch of
anything like
knowledge?
that. I'm just going off the cuff right here.
Pouch of
So-
knowledge.
That's okay.
All
Yep.
right.
Wizard didn't
Well,
come
yeah,
with his bag, bro.
Again, where can the people find you?
Yeah, I can be found online anywhere. I mean, most of my tag names on different social media platforms is Stacey James Writer, all one word, writer like Writer. But if you just like iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, my music's all over there.
Okay.
But even just a Google, like Google Stacey James Winnipeg, Stacey James singer, I'm right there. So you'll find all my different pages and stuff.
All right. You gotta Google the woman. Check what she's doing. Oh man. I'm
Yeah.
just sitting here. I think I'm a little not quite a food coma, but like I'm in food shock. I'm in food shock.
We just ate like 5 pounds of
Like
fries and
I was sitting here and just like I had a full plate of like a plate full. You saw the plate.
In food
That
shock.
That plate was full. Yeah, speaking of food shock, culture shock. Get your
Yes.
teas.
Yeah.
Holla at
look
me.
who popped up.
Chairtheshock.ca.
Armand? What you
Oh,
saying, Danny? What you saying,
Danielle wants to
bro?
know what type of music you do.
I'm a multi-genre writer, so I write all different styles, but mostly I'd say that I splash around with soul, pop, and rock. Those are probably my main genres, but I'm really all over. So I've got blues, I've got some dancey type stuff. It depends on what I'm doing and how I'm feeling, and yeah. But yeah, my band is mostly soul pop rock.
Soul pop rock, yeah. I heard that soul. Like, yeah, I heard the soul in that one track. I think you and Jay were talking about it earlier. This, like, it was something special. It was like we went down a list of the singers that could have possibly been like you were in close proximity to with the vibe of the song.
Oh,
And now that I realize the structure to your content, you are your own individual. Definitely. It's not, it doesn't appear like you're trying to sound like or be like anybody but yourself, which is refreshing in
thank you.
in a world of covers and, you know, like regurgitation. And that's not to say there's anything wrong with doing covers,
Of course.
but you know, like it's good when you have your own thing. But Danielle's got another question.
Yeah, what's the favorite song you like to sing?
My favorite song to sing.
Or
Oh,
you like to do?
that's a toss up probably between Killing Me Softly, the Fuji version. That's
Okay.
my favorite. And oh, Chain of Fools.
Oh,
Oh, I
okay.
love that song.
Change.
And almost anything Alicia Keys. You know what? I've actually really found enjoyment in Adele too. I like power vocalists. Like, I mean, that's what I practiced the most growing up. I mean, it took
Okay.
me 10 years to nail Whitney Houston's notes. You know, like I sang it. The Bodyguard soundtrack, I sang it and sang it and sang it and sang it from like 10 to 18 over and over. And I remember the one day when I finally hit a high note to Run to You. Yeah, Run to You is the name of the song from the Bodyguard soundtrack. I almost started crying. I was like, I did it. It was 10 years of trying. So,
Oh
yeah,
wow.
What's a favorite
favorite
song of
track.
yours that you like to sing?
Favorite song of mine. Oh,
That's even, yeah, it's like
It's like picking your
probably
favorite
Walk to
child.
My Beat.
like you inspired yourself and
Walk
you
to
can't
my
stop singing
beat. Okay.
something you wrote.
Walk to My Beat. It's actually a song I wrote. I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, what's the best way, as an artist, I'm an artist. So if I was going to be breaking up with someone and telling them to leave, what's the best way? And I'd serenade them out the door. So that's the visual I had in my head, was this woman singing somebody out the door and talking to him as he's going, like, hey, Mr. Cool, you didn't think I catch on to this? You can walk to my beat. And then the drums like like it sounds like marching kind of. So
Okay.
that was the idea behind it, but I feel sassy when I sing that song. I it just there's an
Okay.
attitude to it, so it makes me feel badass. That'd
I
be
think
my
that
favorite of mine.
I think you just answered this next question, but why was that your favorite track?
Yeah, I think because like of my own,
Yeah.
because it makes me feel sassy. It makes me feel strong, and I don't know. I just feel like there's so many, we've all, like anybody, men, women, whatever, we've all been through um spaces where we felt like we had to get out of something, even myself included, of course, and being able to find the strength in that moment can sometimes be a little bit difficult. So to make light of it and turn it into something fun where this woman has this strength to be like, hey, Mr. Cool, you thought you could get this one past me. I could see it in your eyes. It just feels like powerful instead of feeling weakened by the circumstance. I don't know. That's probably why.
Mhm. Mhm. That's deep. There's
I
depth.
feel that,
There's
yeah.
definite depth to that. All right.
Yeah, I roll
This
in the deep.
this is just my my promo couch. I got a few different T-shirts from a few different people that I've worked with, or gotten worked with or done business with over the years. I got like my SBE shirt right here. Bam. Shout outs to SBE doing their thing. This red shirt right here is from 2019, where I played a basketball tournament and my team won. So that's this is from my first meeting with administration of the city. No, that's not the first one. This one's the Choom Gang one. Shout out to Choom Gang. So, like, you said you're a fangirl. What's your favorite type of memorabilia?
I'm a t-shirt person. I love t-shirts, but I like CDs too. I still like my old school CDs. Because people actually put something into the sleeve. Like that's something that I feel like we're really missing in the digital world. I remember sitting down with like tapes and CDs and looking inside and getting to know the artists, or sometimes they'd put their lyrics in there. When they did that, I was super excited. But yeah, I'd probably say albums and if they don't have albums, t-shirts. I like t-shirts.
You know what? I'm glad to hear you say what you just did, because we revisited that concept with similar differences in the aspect of, we did a digital release at first just to make it available, but for the people who appreciate the feel and the style and the effort that goes into putting a CD together, we have, I believe it's 40 exclusive copies of the Similar Differences with the books in them, and it has some pictures in there. Plus, to give a thank you to the people who have supported what we're doing. It's a limited edition release, but at the same time, it's good to know there are still people who actually would appreciate that kind of stuff. So,
for sure,
that's nice. That's nice.
It's an art piece.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And the artwork was all put together by Zach Burry for this one. I just happened to pose for some pictures, but he structured everything and put it all together. Even the cover on we had a couple of pictures from a couple other artists. A couple other artists on there. But mostly he took the pictures and structured it and put it together, and it's interesting. It's just pretty interesting to see what could come of a collaborative effort. So I guess my next question is, like, I don't know, when was the last time you took a moment for yourself? This is a question I like to ask creative people.
Time of Zen.
Last time I took a moment for myself. Well, what do you mean by moment? Like, I mean, done something just for me?
Yeah, something just for you, not like because anybody else has any influence on it. Just said, you know what, I'm gonna
just take this in for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. This morning, I guess, when I was weightlifting. Does that count? Because I'm not doing it for other people. I'm doing it for me.
Okay.
That would probably be.
Shock.
Was it?
That was
yeah.
Because you didn't say exercising. You didn't say working out. You said weightlifting. So that's a more intense variation of the aforementioned. Like,
I get it.
So
well, it's a good place to put aggression.
Yeah.
Like any kind of negative energy, because you have to push, right? And you go into this space that is I don't know, kind of angry to get it there. And it's, for me, I feel like it's like a cleansing of some kind, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice. He's like, all right.
Well, I'm just I don't even know what to say. I didn't get. I'm happy we booked you, because I didn't get any of the typical answers I would have expected, which is awesome. No, that's great. That's to hear, to see, and to know that this positive energy exists somewhere in this country, and it's dedicated towards the arts and developing yourself. It's good. It's very good, because not every Oh, I see some things. I see some things in my day. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, Jesus, are you sure? Because like I just saw that, and I know I saw it, but like, was I supposed to see it? And like, if I was supposed to see it, like, why me? Because like I still don't know. Because it's just one of those things. But then these kinds of conversations happen, and we establish common ground, and we bridge the gap between not only our provinces but our genres and our networks as well. So these are opportunities I like to take. And if you're ever in Ontario or you're ever doing a tour that crosses the country, feel free to stop into Niagara region. Let us know, and I like we will. We will do what we can to extend our reach to make sure it's a comfortable visit.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you. I mean,
Sure.
hopefully COVID will let us tour, because that was the plan last year, and it's not going to happen again this year. So hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully the band
Keep
will
us
be
in the
able to
loop
do
so we
it.
know, because we should be
Pardon?
able to help you out with some dates or something over here if you're coming this way.
That'd be
easily.
I
amazing.
agree.
Like there's people that could be put in touch with or shows we can do ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun. And are you all artists also?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I've been
Yeah, so
I
maybe we
started
can do a
playing when
gig
I was
together even.
5, and I started playing professionally 30 years ago, 31 years ago.
Yeah.
Playing what?
Music professionally, I was about 31 years ago. I started playing in Toronto.
Instruments.
Okay,
Started playing
that's
instruments at the age
exciting.
of 5.
What instruments?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
My instruments,
Yeah.
everything from drums, guitars, bass, mandolins, pretty much anything with strings I like to play with.
I've been producing
Nice.
since I was like 13, so I'm going on 24 years now of just like the engineering and the mixing, the mastering, and all of that stuff, the behind the boards kind of stuff. But for the artistry of it, man, I mean, I've been performing in like school production and stuff like that since I was 4 years old. So I am like an attention whore beyond belief. I don't know how my wife goes in public. Like I'm telling you, we'll be walking, I'll be talking to her, everything's perfectly fine. Another set of ears will come over there. I'm like, hey, you over there, I'm right here. Come on, look at me. Yeah, that's what's up. I'm doing stuff. Yeah.
And LG, of
So,
course, does stuff too.
pardon?
And LG.
LG, oh yes,
Yeah.
he's the humble one.
Oh man, like the instruments I played, like I barely get a touch on them now. Although my favorite would be the trombone. But
Nice.
musically, just writing more right now.
Yeah, writing is my baby. It's
Mhm.
my favorite. That's awesome. I'm just starting to dabble. Well, no, I've been dabbling in production since I was about 18, but I've actually been putting in a real concentrated effort over the past while because I really want to be able to mix and master, but they're totally different ears, like the creator ear and the producer ear. And so that has taken time to build the production ear, I find, if that
Yep.
makes sense.
It makes
Yes, it
perfect
does.
sense
Yeah.
because not only do you have to listen to the works of the people who you like and who are doing what you need to do, you also have to find a way to replicate it without actually knowing those steps. So that divide kind of leads a little bit of a little bit to wonder, but it's it's really a matter of studying the works of the people who are doing it the best and then comparing
Yeah.
your mix to that mix. Well, that's what I do, anyways.
Ugh.
I'll compare my mix to their mix, and then depending
Yeah.
on like the frequency range that I might have missed, or certain elements or effects that I might have added that they didn't, I'll try to give myself like a bit of a wiggle room. Like if the amplitudes are about the same, then I'll work on the structure of the frequencies, and then I'll work on like the depth of the sound or the panning. And there's just so much to mixing. You're right. There's so much to mixing. And
A lot of layers.
Lots. Yeah.
yeah.
I find it easy.
Oh, it's like, yeah, when you've been doing it for
As you
X
like it.
amount of years,
Well, la-di-da. I'm just
know?
kidding. It's not easy for me.
Oh,
No.
It'll get easier with time. I think the hardest part about the mixing is probably taking the breaths out without chopping off the
Yeah,
other
that's
word.
tedious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's and I record in stereo, so I have to do it twice for every track.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have artists that want to drop 8 tracks for their verse. So it's like 8 tracks. Okay, cool. You realize that I'm recording that twice, right? So you only have to drop 4. No. I want to do 8. No, we can't. Okay, fine. We'll do 8. Shit. I'm deleting 3 of these bitches anyways. But
Nobody
man,
knows, nobody saw.
nobody's seen it.
Nobody
It's all
saw.
good. It's
Yeah, I
all
do it old
good.
school, mono.
Yeah.
Record everything mono and then bounce tracks and pan and whatnot. I
Mm.
use the old school approach.
Yeah.
The old beat.
Something to be said for the old school approach.
There is. Because in the old school, you had to record to tape. So you don't have 17, 23, 82 tries. You have the,
Yeah.
you know,
It's true.
you got to come in
Yeah.
and get it ready. And even now, as much as it's digital, it still records the copy of the recording into the background. So you have a folder full of a cache folder full of stuff that you have to
Yeah.
then purge. Listen, man, like,
It's a lot.
cha,
No.
cha.
Well, I mean, even as a vocalist, you know, there's auto tune. And I
Yep.
know that when I go in to sing, I know that I annoy the producer I'm working with because I'm like, I'm gonna do it again. I'll just do it again. Because I want to do it. You know, it's like
Okay.
there's a difference between putting a touch of lift in something but I want to be able to do it live. And if I can't do it live, I just
That's my motto. If I can't
Yeah.
do it, if I can't record it the way I'm going to do it live, then I'm not going to do it. So if I don't have the
Well,
gear
that's
for my
just it,
guitar or
right?
my bass to sound that way, I don't want to go into a studio and then go, oh, we're going to add this frequency. Okay, what do I need to do that live? Oh, nothing. No. That's not how that works. If I can't play it, I'm not recording it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's how I feel vocally. If it's something that I'll never perform live, it's like, okay, you know what? Fine. If that's something you want to do, sure, because I'll never do it live. But if I'm doing it live, I can't. Because I feel like it's a misrepresentation of who I am as a vocalist or an artist. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
That's the way to
Okay.
think about guitar
It does.
players.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things where they can put tricks in that on a record, but can't do it live without a backing track.
Yes.
And that's not me. I'm too old school that way. I grew up in studio
Yeah.
tape was this thick. Watching people do it one take and go, damn.
Yeah.
That's exciting when you see that.
Oh, it's amazing to see, but it's a hard thing to capture.
Mm.
It's just rare. The day you may not be there and miss that shit.
Okay.
That's why I love Tom Petty. Most of his stuff was done one take off the floor, live, done.
Love them.
Amazing. Like there's a 4.5-hour documentary about him. I can't remember which streaming service I saw it on, but it's 4.5 hours of his career. Him talking about each individual records, his relationships he was having during those records, everything. Amazing.
That's cool. I want to know what that is.
I'll look it up for you right now.
I love him.
Oh, I love his style. I love the way he tells a story.
Tom.
Yep. Definitely. Great.
I listen to everybody for different things, but Tom Petty just tells a story. It could be gibberish and it just sounds like a story.
I love stories and songs. You know, I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I have an appreciation for country music. Like, I don't perform it, I don't sing it, but man, do they story tell. And the songwriting is just so much, like, it's really good.
I can't listen to country. It makes me physically angry.
Bro, I could listen to some country like Batter Up by Trace Atkins. Don't play with me. That's some good storytelling right there. What do you mean, bro? Like, he tells the story of a man
The writing.
who strikes out twice trying to find the love of his life in a bar. Bro, come on now. Like, There's How Do You Like Me Now? Come on. How many people can't relate to somebody disrespecting their progression until they get to the point that they never thought they'd be at, and then have the ability to look back and say, look, I am where I said I was going to be. I'm going to look right into the camera for that one. Okay.
Can't take it while they're whining.
But what?
I don't like the twang. The twang bothers me. It aggravates me.
Yeah, some of them.
I can understand that. But
Like
some of the
the,
new age stuff is more poppy, you know? But I'll listen once in a while by accident because I'll just be radio station cruising when I'm driving. And sometimes I'll be just taken away by the writing. And I'm just like listening to it because I'm listening to the story behind it. I don't know. It's just in comparison to some of the other genres today, the writing in country is something that has remained, like substance,
I can't
subjects.
And the closest I get to country is like Johnny Cash. In my opinion, he's not country just by his lyrical content alone, and he didn't have the twang. David Allan Coe, just because he's freaking hilarious to listen to. But, the documentary "Running Down a Dream."
Oh, that makes sense. I'm writing it down.
4 hours and 20 minutes.
That's gonna be a wicked time for this chick.
Oh, it's great, and there's like live concert footage of songs and all sorts of stuff.
My goodness.
Awesome.
And how some of his biggest hits were actually written for somebody else, and he turned around when he recorded the demos for them, went, "Nope, sorry, I'm releasing it." Yeah, oh yeah.
That's cool.
Tom Petty was a bit of an ass.
Badass.
Oh, he was great.
That's awesome.
Enjoy his music.
The times they were into, right?
And just like the other person we had on earlier, he brought up Lou Reed and the Velvet Underground. I'm like, dude, I like that too.
Who would have thought so many times?
How many guests have we had that mention something and then I go off on a tangent with them because I like that music too?
Yeah.
Pretty much 13 episodes running. But hey, everybody's got their thing, right?
Absolutely.
Well,
Always.
Yeah. Had a good one. A good run.
Oh, when she comes
Yes.
back, bring a list of other bands that she needs to shout out.
Yes.
I will. I'll even send one. I'll send a list so that you guys can have that and hit up some Winnipeggers.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
You're more than welcome.
I appreciate it.
We appreciate you coming on and taking the time to express yourself and what you're doing.
Thank you.
If you'd like to stay on for a minute after we end the live, we're gonna chat it up a little bit to talk about future shows and things like that. So we wouldn't mind your ear for a moment if you have it. But
I do, yeah.
Okay. This is a part where Jay usually shows the logos and I go down the list of them and tell you what I do or what we do in conjunction with each other. So Jay is the head of DUI, driving under insanity. I am the founder of Expose the North, which presents to you several podcasts in conjunction with DUI, Lonsley G. Tough Talks with Tilly and the Block. That's in conjunction with Tune Gang, Home Records member Tilly. We got the Terrell Effect that happens every Saturday at 12 p.m., around 12 p.m. You missed one, but we got Daddy Daughter Time that didn't happen this Friday either. Jeez, got busy. But Candid Conversation happens every Wednesday at around 6 p.m. LG's Cooking, we got the logo for that popping, and that happens on Saturdays in between the Terrell Effect and the Savage Potluck Canada, where we chop it up over food. It's a potluck podcast. And, you know, we get some good food with some good people, have good conversation. Ah, right. So that's what we're on right now, the Savage Circle, the Potluck Podcast. We welcome people to bring a meal to the table, you know what I mean, and just chop it up while we chow down. Chop up on the chow down while we chop it up. Yeah. So for DUI, LG, the wonderful Stacey James, this is The Block from the ETN couch saying, let's up, stay focused. It's